Alrighty, good morning. Bashar, thank you for the 46 months. Greatly appreciated. Almost 4 full years, goddamn. Alright, we are going to be continuing the run from yesterday because of me wanting to experiment with the fact that my hammer has +4 attack on it. That means I do need to open up the predictor because I do not know what the rain days are because I changed the RNG of the file. So give me a minute. Hey yo, hope everybody's having a good day. Happy Monday. I guess we won't have a timer today because I don't think I remembered to save the timer yesterday. I don't want to bother setting that up right now. Unfortunately, no timer. Not needed since the timer just hardly works on Smappy anyways. Weather. Rain monster floors. Previous year. Year 1 summer. Rains on 15th, 17th. That's it. $13, $15, $17. From here to here. Next year rains on the 12th, 13th, 14th. But not the 18th. Sure. Year 3, it doesn't rain on the 17th, so it's from here. And we're not in year 4 yet. I can't narrow it down anymore. Fine. I'm just gonna cheat on year 4 though, just because I can. Not right now. Alright, so our 0.489 to 0.5, apparently. 0. And what day are we at? Sorry, it's taking me a second to set up. Did I have done this before stream? Spring 4th of year 4. Sunday of this week we have an infested floor. Okay, cool. Good to know. Alrighty. Anyways, with all that said and done, I hope you guys are having a pretty good day. We are going to, I think ads already ran, so I'm just gonna skip I'll skip connections for today, but I'll do preferral because it's faster. I'm slow at perfection. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the perfection video. It took way longer to get out than it should have. This feels like a chub. Could be something else though. It has the wiggle of a chub. The chub's like the safest guess. It gives me probably the most information. But based off of the wiggle, it could be chub. It can technically be rainbow trout. Blue discus would be an oddball guess. It's technically possible. And then maybe, I feel like this is a harder dart than what you think. I think chub is just the most reasonable guess. Wrong location. So it's any season, any weather, any time, not lake and or forest or river. It's a wiggler. Most fish don't wiggle like that though. Like a weird wiggle. What's like a low wiggle? But okay, so it has to be any time. So it can't be night market fish. It's not stingray. It's not lionfish. Maybe it's slime jack. Slime jack's a low dart that matches the criteria. Does any other dart match the criteria? I don't think so. I think it's just slime jack then. This can't be anything else. Alright, Gillies, thank you for the 64 months. Happy month anniversary to you too. My favorite part of the video is 3 gigabytes of possible auto putter. I still have that on my desktop, by the way, because I'm still utilizing it. Bless Blade. I do love how the most liked comment is me apparently out of nowhere saying to give Penny Iridium quality melons to match her own, when that's just a reference to like my first perfection video where I said that line. You got it right away? Well, yeah, because it's literally how it is. I can show you. I mean, I showed a picture in it, but or at least I should have showed a picture of it. But I mean, this is like an image that I'm looking at, right? Like, I have, you know, I have images for every season. So it's like, we're on spring 1st, year 4 right now. So I just click spring year 4. Let's say we get the boss slime on, I'm sorry, it's the first of the season. Let's say we get a boss slime on floor 5. This is every single possible auto putter layout right here. And I just look at this. It's essentially just a directory. Is what it is. I just go to the date. Season date year. Alrighty, so, with all that said, we are going to pick up... Fair. My last video was a year ago, so... Hi, baby. It's the last day with just me and you. Bruni gonna get home later tonight. Well, I say later tonight, but it's like 1 a.m. Just one more day with me. One more shitty walk for you with no walk in the morning, because I'm a bad doggy parent and don't walk you 6 miles like my sister does each day. I don't give you enough love. I don't give you enough attention. I do let you outside quite a bit, though. You do get to go outside quite a bit. Mainly because I'm not actually doing like an important run right now. I'm double checking my sister's flight time because I mentioned it. Seems like she lands at midnight. Alrighty. Yeah, so I guess because I'm not on a timer, I don't really need to think about it too much. Out of content plus, when I was editing the video, I just felt like I wanted to play it more. So I'm here, playing it for the next couple of months. Also, slight routing optimizations as well, which is why I'm mostly practicing. We, other than early game day or going out day optimizations, money's the same because there's just no better way of doing it from the tinkering that I attempted. We slightly adjusted how friendship will be done. Basically, we talked to Vincent, Jazz, and Gus at the Egg Festival. And what that allows us to do is when we read the mail when we read the mail during the boat, because of the bulletin board, we get 2 hearts with them. And even if you don't, or if you have 2 hearts with them, you can enter their room. And if you open up that door, it sends you, or basically saves, that you, wait, where is it? Advance. It saves that, so you can see rooms that I have unlocked. So now it doesn't matter if I have 2 hearts with Emily or not. I can enter her room whenever I want. So Emily's a really annoying NPC because you have to wait for noon on her birthday. I don't have to wait for noon on her birthday anymore when I go and gift her. Gus, the same, gotta wait until noon. Jazz, I think it's like 9 or 10, so saves another 2.5 minutes of waiting the first year. Kent also waits until 9, saves that time. And then Vincent is, I believe, a 10, so like that's the type of that's like the funny thing. For all I have to do is literally just talk to 3 NPCs during the spring festival, and then on top of that, on a day that I'm already planning to go out to repair the boat, I just have to wait until noon. And I can, on that day, buy the Galaxy Hammer. On that day, I can buy whatever crops I need in spring still and do that type of stuff. But it's like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't have, I can just, like, port around. But, like, I don't have 2 hearts with these NPCs anymore. If I warp, can I just warp town? Like, I don't have 2 hearts with them anymore. Doesn't matter because, oh, hi, Kent. I can gift him like this. And it's the same with any other NPC. Technically, Emily, you don't get the hearts with from the mail, but you can just gift her a apricot and an amethyst, and it gives her 2 hearts instantly. So you just do it on the same day. And she's an annoying NPC, which is very convenient. I'm also doing fall fish in year 1 or 2. Year 2, before money. Year 2. Yeah, it's just because of you almost never get the fishing book, or based off of the book dates, you almost never get the fishing book prior to fishing in year like, if you're going to get year 3 books, you are not going to get the fishing book until winter, because you get combat then fishing, and how the books are set up is you get combat and then 21 days later you get fishing, and that's the goal. So you don't get fishing until either late fall or winter in year 3, and by that point you already have to do the fishing, so there's no reason to not just do it in year 2, so then you have an easier time of doing the fishing in year 3. So you can do the summer fish in year 3. The only issue with that comes from the master fish bundle, but it's something you just gotta not skill issue on. But other than that, it's mainly just optimizing days to, you know, only go out on certain days. Go out days less in general. Because honestly, oh, was that a loud boom, huh?
Did they drop something there?
A lot. I would estimate I probably lose about 10 to 15 minutes of time purely to just hesitating on sleeping days throughout the run. Like, there's just some days where I enter bed and then just wait there for 5 seconds, making sure I have everything done. If I can just cut back on that a little bit, like, I can easily save like 7-8 minutes just by instant sleeping every single time I can. So it's having less hesitation is ideal. Good morning, buddy. Less hesitation, the better. But that just comes from practicing, you know, being confident, which will take time, which is why we're practicing, since I haven't realistically ran this category in 6 months. Yeah, that's most of the changes. We're still going through it. There's probably some endgame changes that I'll adjust here in a minute, but I'm still just practicing through Ginger Island a few times. Inventory management would also be like another interesting concept to adjust. That pound towel, thanks for the 63 months. Okay, I do have access to I mean, like, we got the floor 1 infested on the Sunday upcoming here, so gotta wait until that. I also want to test out whether or not it's worth trying if we get a Dragon's Tooth Club or a Dwarf Hammer, if it's worth trying to just brute force like +4 or +3 to +5 attack for the 12 to 15, or I'm sorry, the 9 to 15 extra damage a swing. Because, like, how much does that actually, like, affect killing slimes, you know? Oh yeah, I also have weird house placements. Funny. I probably need to blow that up. I also should have just gone down north because I need to let me remember to actually pick up the stuff that I need, because I need mystic seeds today. Take these tappers. We're just gonna take this with us, take that with us. Am I supposed to buy more bombs? Like, realistically, how do I do this? Do I need to focus on more? I guess I would have bombed. That's a fine house placement. I am not. I chose not to this set. The set itself didn't actually look too interesting. And I've been watching the PBE and I still kind of stand by that. I think it was more interesting than I originally thought. But I'm trying to relearn Perfection and I literally just can't take a 2-week break to participate in Boxbox's boot camp to do that. Also, last set was just so atrocious that it just made me not really want to play. So there's that. Because it's like, I want to do Perfection speedrunning, and then on top of that, I'm low-key waiting to potentially play in mid-offs. Is the hope. Which, if it's on the same time frame as the previous one, which would be in about like 3 months from now. So I'm kind of waiting for that. So it's like we'll probably play Perfection for like 2 or 3 months, and then probably switch into some Minecraft speedrunning again. That's the only reason I'm like I started learning Minecraft speedruns and then I stopped, because if I continue learning Minecraft speedruns, I'll probably be too good for mid-offs by the time it comes around. And it's like I would much rather participate in mid-offs and then get good than get good and not be able to participate in mid-offs. That's just my thought process on it. And then if like that's the case, it's like, all right, so I participate in Boxbox's boot camp starting, I think the PBE like ends in like a day or two. So starting next week, that goes on for 2 weeks, and then literally like 2 months later, I am playing Minecraft, right? Ideally. So when is there time to actually learn and do a Perfection run? Because you guys know how annoying these runs can be to get off the ground and actually get a solid run. I mean, they've done plenty. They have invited plenty. Like, literally last event had Mash Yoshi, which, like, is definitely more of a variety content creator. Yeah. I'm known by the MCSR community. Let's put it that way. There is actually quite a bit of overlap. I've expressed interest. I really do. I need to make sure that I pick up more mega bombs from I've like wasted this entire day here because I'm just like kind of on autopilot. I need to pick up the mega bombs I get from killing enemies in the volcano and whatever, because I would have so many mega bombs to be able to just hard clear this today, which would be so much quicker. Yeah. I mean, ideally, I should be able to just bomb clear the entire farm, but I feel like that's a little expensive. I don't exactly know how that should work. I mean, this is the forest farm. The forest farm is just the best farm in the game. You're talking about like the thousands of common shrooms that I have is from the mushroom stumps. I've just harvested them 1,000 times. Kill the ghost at the end of the week on the same time frame as the slimes. They're one infested. I've already gotten the gust recipes. Really only 5. I mean, the more the better. Ideally, I should be picking up more of these at the start, but it's fine. This is where the majority of the mushrooms come from. I go to the bathroom super quick. Oh, I mean, they just happen at random every time it turns to fall, and I'm in year 4, so it has had 4 chances with as many trees as I've had. Uncommon. You can also just buy mushroom tree seeds from Key's Walnut Room. Princess. Best. We cut down all the trees, none will have changed. Yeah. Because it's basically every time it transitions to fall, every tree tries to convert to mushroom, but it has a small chance, so the more trees you have, technically, the better odds of getting a mushroom. It isn't, because I just don't need it for today. Let's just put it that way. Also, I need to adjust them. I'm missing so many for no reason. Skill, it's more of a skill issue as to why it's not on the screen, but it's just not needed for today. I just forgot to save it from yesterday, and there's no point of just restarting it today. And I didn't care to go and find it. Okay, so today we are floor 1 infested floor killing. Do we want this? And then I guess we'll just hold on to these, but realistically we don't need anything else. Bada boom, bada bing. Probably trade for a few ladders just so I have them. So as long as I did this right, there should be an infested floor on floor 1 here. Perfect. I don't know if it's just because it's the Dragon's Tooth Hammer, but one thing to note is because of, maybe it's because of the plus attack. I'm just not getting myself set up in the right position to be able to do it anyway, so it doesn't matter. The speed innate enchant is useless to me. I animation cancel, so it completely ignores the speed enchant. All the speed enchant is does is reduce the ending lag frames, which I don't have because I animation cancel. Also, anything past like +5 doesn't make a difference. No, it's not only on the forest farm, it technically happens on every farm. I'm stupid. Wondering why there wasn't that many monsters on this floor. Or on these floors. That's better. I would need to check if weight is a primary or secondary stat on innate enchants. Because technically speaking, if I can get plus attack and minus weight on the same enchant, that would be ideal. Because I want less knockback. I should low-key experiment with, I should do this day a few times. And just see how long, like, it takes me to get the slime eradication goal. With a few different, weapon setups. Minus weight, it reduces knockback, which is the main issue with the slam attack. It will basically let me always instant kill serpents. Which is big because serpents are generally the most annoying enemy to kill here. I did, but it doesn't matter if I'm first place or not. I'm doing it for the love of the run. Enjoy the run. I also have, contrary to the fact that I just posted a video, I haven't ran this category in about 6 months. So, that would be fun to run it, especially after posting the video. I guess I should ignore these. I can do the quest on the actual thing. I have a technique for these floors. I always love those types of questions. It's not, by the way, this is not supposed to, like, target you in any way, saying that there's a reason people ask these questions. But the reason I love them is because it's the difference of perspective people have about like sports and then like speedrunning or just video games in general, you know? Because it's like, realistically, like, I treat speedrunning as like my sport. Like, when you think of a sport player or the best sport player, like, the easiest thing is like Messi or Ronaldo. Do they stop playing just because they're the best? No. It doesn't matter if they're the best or they have the best scores or whatever. They're doing it because they enjoy it and want to improve themselves. You know, and it's the same thing with speedrunning. Just because somebody has the world record doesn't mean they're not going to continue playing it to improve it. It's the same concept of like, oh man, this guy has the world record, but he thought the run was atrocious. Well, yeah, because we're passionate about what we want. Of course, we want our basically life's work to be good. Because for a lot of the high-end runners, it is their life work, especially for people who like do it for a living like me. I do love how many slime balls we're getting with Slime Gatherer though. Kind of insane. So it's like, it's a completely different viewpoint. Like, yes, I care about having the record, or I'm happy that I have the record, but at the same time, it's not the entire reason, or not the only reason I'm doing it. If I wasn't trying to get better or improve my times every single time, I would have stopped playing Stardew ages ago, you know? And there comes a time where people stop, and that's just, it is what it is, but I'm not done yet. This is like a very commonly like thought of thing for like a casual gamer. For people who just like play games casually and don't speedrun it and just watch speedruns because they're cool. You know, it's basically a sport for us. You watch speedruns because it's cool, and other people watch sports ball games because they think it's cool that the athletes can do what they're doing. Same concept. But sport players don't just stop because they are the best. Because if you stop, somebody's going to get better than you. Well, there's definitely less competition for Stardew per se. Not as many people run it. Still doesn't mean anything. Especially in a game like Stardew, where it's like, I have competition every now and again, but I don't really have that much competition realistically. So it's less about being better than someone and more about bettering myself. Funny. And you can. I mean, people made speedrunning a esport. It is a thing. I mean, like, we've had the Stardew Valley Cup, so we've actually had competitions for Stardew Valley. But again, like, even for speedrunning, it's just like, I want to get the best time possible, and that's what motivates me. Less so than actually having time. I know I can improve my time in this category by a significant margin. The run is 16 hours long. There's always going to be improvement in those 16 hours. You're not going to play perfectly for 16 hours. That's a long boy. I need rock candy for mobs. Well, it makes me take less damage, so I have to eat less often, which is good. It also gives +5 attack, so I do an extra 15 damage per hit. And as you can see, I'm hitting a lot. And then it also gets move speed. So for context, this Dragon's Tooth Club says it hits between 104 and 140. I have +4 attack on an innate enchant, so each attack is +3 damage per hit. It's a flat amount. So 130 plus 12 is 142 at the max hit, plus another 15 because of the magic rock candies. So at most, this club can hit for 157, which if we look at the wiki and go to Infinity Gavel, it doesn't even, yeah. We go to the wiki and look at the Infinity Gavel, 110 to 120. Right now, I'm hitting for more damage a hit than the Infinity Gavel. If you triple Ruby Enchanted, it's like closer, but you're still hitting for more. So we use the Magic Rock Candy on this day because we don't really have a better use of the Magic Rock Candy at this point. I don't really intend to go Splunking anymore because there's just not really a point. I don't need ores other than maybe like 1 or 2 more radioactive ore, but it's like I don't actually need to go Splunking. I did my Splunking earlier. And it just so happens the days that I go Splunking are the days that I get the Magic Rock Candy, so I can't really use the Magic Rock Candy on the days that I go Splunking. Because the one day that I go Splunking is on the Desert Festival, and that's where you get one of the, is on the Desert Festival day, which is where I get both Magic Rock Candies from. Because I get it from going on the, I get it for getting to a floor depth of 55, you get a Magic Rock Candy. And then you can buy one for 250 Calico Eggs on the 17th, which is what I'm planning on abusing to get the second one. So, the best use case in this particular run is actually just for killing monsters faster. Because you gotta kill 1,000 slimes, right? Like, we haven't even reached 1,000 slimes yet. My hammer has slime gather, so I'm just getting a ridiculous amount of extra slimes on top of it. You're wrong. Luck has nothing to do with monster count. It has never done anything with monster count. You'll see you'll on average see about the exact same number of monsters on a given dive, no matter if you have best luck or worst luck possible. There's no difference. Yeah, daily luck does less than what most people think it does. It doesn't actually affect that much. It's a little slimy. Luck does... Outside of very specific monster drops, no. Luck does not even affect monster drops. Wow, my HP. I'm not looking. trying to read chat. I'm just using Savage Ring, Burglar's Ring with Iridium Band and a Magnet Ring. I just always have 2 magnetic powers, and I always use Savage Ring plus Burglar's Ring because there's no other like real good ring in the game outside of very select use cases. I just need to kill 4 more. 4 more by 9 p.m. It's actually pretty good. 100 more serpents. Okay. Having a run, would it be a reset? I would actually just run back in a real run. Okay, I want to test something real quick. I mean, I would just buy back the Monster Musk, but it's whatever. All right, so let's say we didn't get the Dragon's Tooth Club, and instead we didn't get the let's say, I mean, we're on Ginger Island by the first week of fall. There's a actually decent chance with how some of the book layouts are that I don't have the combat book before I go to Ginger Island, and in those very unique cases I won't be level 10 combat yet. And if I, let's say I get a Dragon Tooth Cutlass, sorry, my nose felt like it was about to bleed, but it's fine. Let's say I got a Dragon's Tooth Cutlass as a random weapon. Would it be worth it to try to brute force a single thing and do that Slime Slayer? You specifically need to brute force crit power, not crit chance, crit power. I'll go for 50. I know I had the 20 there, but maybe I should try it with 25 since it's the lowest amount you can get. Fine, I'll try it with 25. As long as we're one-shotting monsters, I don't see a difference. And then you would need Aqua. Unfortunately, I don't really see a way that I can equip the Aqua Rings, so I'm just going to ignore it. And then since I got it late and I would know this was happening, instead we would have, instead of Acrobat, we would have this. And then this would be our weapon. And the reason this is important of how it is I mean, I'll just have to show you, but I should have a high enough luck value with the magic rock candy that I should be critting most hits, even without the aquamarine rings. Not a high enough crit. The thought process is if I crit, I should just one-shot everything. But you gotta, like, max your crit, you know? Seems like for the most part, as long as I'm critting it, it dies. But I still feel like the hammer feels better. Because if you don't crit, you do no damage. You see. I don't care about DPS. Because I mean, the club would win a DPS race. Just because of how broken it is. But it, like, this build is just maximizing your crit chance because it basically comes down to if you crit, you kill it. It doesn't matter how much damage the crit does. The only thing that matters is whether or not you crit or not. So the goal would be to maximize crit chance. No, I don't think it's worth the time to enchant a second weapon. Like, again, the entire thought process behind this is you one-shot with a crit. Because of how the crit damage is calculated, if you have crit power, this crit power that is under the star, the innate enchant, is significantly more potent than the crit power of the other enchant. Significantly. Because of how the calculation works. I mean, it even looks like the sword just one-shots the serpents if you hit it. The issue is ideally you want to use two aquamarine rings with this, because I'm sure that would boost. I mean, like I'm just gonna put them on just because I'm curious how much better it would be. I'm not even gonna combine them. Like, what is the crit rate, you know? It didn't even feel like that much better. Yeah. Because it's like, again, like, as you can see, as long as I'm hitting it, it's dead. If it crits. Interesting green bean. I just don't think we have a high enough crit chance. It's also going to be much more annoying to kill the danger and the deep mobs as well. Okay, so I guess this just doesn't work then. Good to know. It's funny. Let me try one other thing. I don't know how much crit power this can go up to, or crit chance it can go up to, but yeah, didn't even feel like that big of a change. How much crit chance can this go up to? It does feel like it's still one-shotting, which is what matters. big crit power, but the 25 is enough. I think it only goes up to 3. Deleting the aquamarine. I'm stupid. See, I'm losing like 400 crit damage though by not having the... Yeah, I'm not, I mean, I guess I'm still like half one-shotting. I don't know, I just don't see the crit chance being high enough right now. And then you basically have to play without the Burglar's Ring or Savage Ring because you're forced to play with crit chance rings. I wouldn't trust the wiki at all when it comes to damage calculations. You just gotta know that crit power on the innate enchant, because of the order of operations of which things are calculated in, is significantly more potent than the crit power of the like base, or of like the basic crit power of the weapon itself. I should also, well, specifically when paired with the Desperado perk, or whatever this is called. Specifically when paired with this perk. It's a significant change. The innate enchant crit power is a separate multiplicative calculation on top of other crit modifiers, yeah. So it's like, it is not the same. It's very weirdly calculated. I literally have a video on it. So, yeah. I have a video where I crit for like over 6k, almost 7k on a single hit, abusing it. So if the cap is 2.5 and I have something hitting for 7, you know, that means the weapon would have to have a base crit or base damage of 2,800 now. Which is just not possible. There's a multiplicative thing that is vastly greater than 2.5. All right, so that just doesn't work. That's fine. Good to know. Good to know. Also, I do really believe that going for the plus attack is like insane. Because I was 6 off when I died, and I would have been done with slimes at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m., right? Like, let's just bring up the VODs real quick. Bring up the VODs real quick. I only have one magic rock candy on this run, if I remember correctly. But I can easily get two. I guess it's kind of a bad example. I think I get it like right at the end. I'm ignoring slime, so it's a little bit sooner. I get it 3 hours later, but I also only have one magic rock candy being used. I mean, surely it's just... It's the question about whether or not it's worth trying to brute force the attack with a Dragon's Tooth. So I need an extra Dragon's Tooth. I don't really care about the Cinder Shards. And then I need to, like, get it, like, in a reasonable amount of enchants, because it's, like... Let's just do a time thing super quickly. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's like 15 seconds. Probably not counting right. But it's like 15 seconds per attempt of getting +4 attack, right? But that's not even counting the load times, right? For resetting, it's probably closer to about 20. For +4 attack. Like, let's say it on average takes me to get anywhere, like, any way to craft it? No, because you would need the mining mastery, and you also would need, you would have to delay putting rubies on your weapon, because as soon as you put rubies on your weapon, you can't actually innate enchant it anymore, because you can't innate enchant something with like a higher or like a certain level is how it's coded. And when you put rubies on it or any gem on it, it increases the level. But the issue is it's locked behind. Is it the combat mastery or the whatever mastery? So I would basically have to either unenchant. I would have to unenchant it and reenchant it, or I would have to basically play with an unforged weapon all the way until combat mastery. I think it's combat mastery actually that gives the mini forge, which is the third mastery which I pick, which by the way, I get the third mastery while farming these fucking slimes today. Yeah, I'm less concerned about like the actual thing and more concerned about the fact that I would need combat mastery. Thank you, camera, for freezing. Because it's like the first two has to be farming into forging, right? For the mystic trees. So I mean, like, I guess if it's like delayed, like let's say I don't, like, when do I, yeah, because I don't get to do this week or this like killing spree until summer 28th year 2 or year 4, where in this one I just have it on spring 7th year 4. So it's like if I have another 2 weeks, I will get this and have access to trinkets. It'll be a little annoying on the inventory, but I guess it's fine. And it's not like I don't have the stuff to craft it, right? Arm. I guess the issue is I would have to get an extra dragon's tooth then. So I have exact right now because I would have to... You wouldn't need 5 teeth. Oh, I mean, like, I have the teeth. I have the teeth for the rest of the run. Island, obelisk, mini forge, and whatever. So it's like, I could craft it. Like, crafting it's not the problem. I have to craft it anyways. I have the cinder shards. Like, this is more than I need for the rest of the run, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. Otherwise, it would be much better. I mean, if that was the case, I would only need to get 10 dragon's teeth then. Instead of 15. Because you deconstruct dragon's tooth from treasure totem. Or not treasure totems, island warps. And where are you going? Are you gonna eat your breakfast? No, you just want balcony. Of course, you just want balcony. Just want balcony. That's what you want. The baby. It's yeah. I mean, it's not awful getting 1 extra. It also, like, this also only depends on whether or not I get a, you usually get island wars from the volcano. I should double check about the days that I on average go, because I'm honestly consistently going on the same days every single time this run. But you get 1 from this warp right here. So you're guaranteed 1 island obelisk. So technically you only need to get 14. I guess it would be 15 with the thing. But I don't think Blade's predictor has the volcano crates in it. Because it is the same. It works how normal crates work. But the only, like, crates that are consistent are the one from the dwarf, the 3 in the dwarf area, and none of those on the days that I go gets it. I'll just get lucky, yeah. I think what I was about to say, this all hinges on the fact that I either get the dwarf hammer or the dragon's tooth hammer on the select days I go to the volcano. And more specifically, the first, like, 3 or 4 days that I go. Because if I don't get it then, like, I'm not gonna just wait to enchant. So it's like, it's then or never. So it's like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you go, and it just doesn't matter. You can't innate enchant if you have the galaxy hammer, which is kind of stupid, but... I don't know why he made that restriction. I mean, I guess I get it because then it makes you want to, like, have a choice. It gives you more of a choice of using something else other than the infinity stuff. But at the same time, it's like, those are supposed to be the best weapons in the game. Let them be the best weapons in the game. Fine. innate enchants are weird where they're not they're just random on the spot. So there's no actual like order to it. So it's like if I enchant something and let's say it gives me +1 attack, if I were to relog and enchant it again first thing, it could give me anything. Like it's just random every time. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no set order like actual enchants. The innate enchants are just very random. I think it would be a thing if I just so happen to have a bunch of extra random dragon's teeth, or I get more than 15, you know? I have the weapon, but it's like realistically I would like the plus attack for the entirety of monster eradication and not just slimes. The 15 seconds on every try mini fortress is the way to go if you're doing it. Yeah, but at the same time, you don't get mini forges until right before you do monster eradication, or realistically, right before you do monster eradication in Skull Caverns. So you're only getting use of the plus attack on the slimes and serpents in Skull Caverns. And then on top of that, again, like the odds that you actually get one of these weapons is very, very low. Like you specifically have to get the dwarf hammer or the dragon's tooth hammer during the 4 days that you go to Ginger Island at the start. Otherwise, it just doesn't matter. Thank you, Blueberry. Do I get? I mean, the issue is I want to be getting the access to the sewer pretty soon. And these trees obviously don't grow up consistently. They work the same as mahogany. It's also like really hard to account for when I'm actually gonna get these quests, right? Like realistically, this save file is like the earliest possible dates I can do everything. And if it's like this, then it's very hard to actually do combat second. But I mean, if combat is delayed by a little bit, like let's say I get Danger in the Deep like next week, and then Skull Cavern Invasion the week after that, it would work because I would be at about this much XP, right? And one harvest should bring me over the edge here, plus whatever little bit extra I would get. So it's like by the second week of spring, I should have 3 enchants going then. So if I have, by the, I'm sorry, the 3rd week of spring, I guess. I guess it's technically... No, it's technically the 3rd because it'll be the Monday. Oh no, I would harvest it tomorrow. I'm just gonna need to ignore the fact because we're probably just going to practice from the start here in a second of Ginger Island with a different seed. And try it. I don't think I'll get it. Because I don't think it will matter if I delay the Mystic Trees a week. You know? I don't think that'll matter that much. I mainly just need access to the sewer to be able to change my perks for, the rabbits here soon. I should see what week I change my perks in my PB. I mean, Parrot is useless. Spur would be interesting if I could actually crit with the hammer. But it's most likely just Fairy is the best choice here. Like, you just don't crit enough. Like, I'm critting more than usual because of Dragon's Tooth Club, but like, I don't care for Parrot. Frog is just funny. Quiver is a useless item that is actually terrible to equip. The Frost Staff is fine. And then, like, you can just equip the rest. No, I fucking hate the Parrot. The Parrot's so fucking annoying. And the noises it makes. I'm a #1 Parrot hater. Vastly overrated. Frog is cute, but it's actually it's in the same issue with the Quiver where it subtracts from gameplay. 420, nice. And that's the issue. Quiver is a crab detector. I mean, but how many crabs do you need to kill? Whisper. I wish we could do a more crit-centric build. So it's like, let's say we get this by the 2nd week. Let me... I'm not into the sewer until late summer. All right. So let's say I do go for combat 2nd. And trinkets, fairies, nice, whatever. It helps me eat less, yada yada yada. Like we can debate what trinkets are good another time. I'm not gonna get into it. So then I would get Mystic Trees today. And then plant them. So these, I think they take about a week to grow on average. So like, let's round it up to like the end of spring. These things will be grown up at. That would give me 3 weeks. I think I would just need to get more trees and then it's fine. Because 5 totems is what, like 150? We need about 400 divided by 150. So we need 3 rounds, and if it's done by the 1st week, we would have all the geodes by then, and then we have extra artifacts, so it should be fine. It should, in theory, be fine to do combat second, which would, in theory, in theory, still be fine, even if we can't utilize the forge, purely because we'd have the trinkets for the mines, which, in theory, the fairy trinket should save time. In theory. Whether it saves time or not is up to me not being an idiot and trying to swap between trinkets later on because trinkets are funny. And I would like a cute ass frog following me half the time. But in theory, trinkets should save me time in mining. If that's the case. I just don't think trinkets have ever saved me time, just because they don't really save time and they are extra menuing. Especially when you then have to think about the fact that I will be going to the Mastery Cave an extra time. And the reason that's an issue is because I have to walk out of my way there, so it's like losing time to walk there. Because normally I only go to the Mastery Cave 3 times. Farming, foraging, and then I do the rest of the 3 at once because they're useless until the end. I basically get all 3 when I'm getting the fishing rod that I need for fishing. Where now I have to do farming, combat, foraging, and then the last 2. So it's an extra visit. So that loses time on top of the menu time. Imagine a dust bright companion that would break rocks. It's cute, actually. Yeah. Theoretically, it's just... You would have to... Like, that would be possible if you... don't get if you get the stuff delayed. Well, I mean, sometimes you just get unlucky. Like, I'm pretty sure my PB I got the stuff like as late as possible, right? Like, I didn't get Skull Cavern Invasion until like the last week of summer. Right? I didn't get Danger in the Deep until the last week of spring. So we like it can be late and it's fine. It's not a huge deal. It's just extra sleeping and making sure you're sleeping properly. Oh, I mean, but like, again, the amount of runs that will actually be able to utilize the forage, even if we get the forage early, does not matter. You gotta think about it like this, because how many runs am I going to get the Dragon's Tooth Club or the Dwarf Hammer in? Because I'm not gonna do it for the swords or the daggers. It's just not worth it. Like, I tried the crit stuff and it just didn't work. Like, it's just not a high enough crit chance. I just don't think daggers would be, like, even though daggers have higher crit chance, I still don't think it would be that good. So it's like, it has to be one or the other, because you can't innate enchant a Galaxy Hammer. And I'm not gonna do the Slammer, which would be the only other consistent hammer to get. So it's kind of just like, okay. The only extra option would be if I have extra Cinder Shards and I try to keep the Galaxy Souls and go for an Infinity Gavel in that case. Because on average, I generally do get around 3 Infinity Souls while killing monsters. Especially with the Burglar's Ring. So it's like, How many cinder shards do you need for crafting? I have what? I have like 160 left over in this run, right? $180. You need 50. You need 70 for crafting. So I have 110 left over, and I just need 60 for the infinity gavel. So I would then have like 40 left over for but that's the issue. That's the issue. This is why I never do I know why. This is why I never enchant the infinity gavel. I just remember the reason. It's because it pushes forward the enchant order. And the reason that is bad is because right after generous is always agriculturalist, archaeologist. So I'm just gonna, I mean, like, wait, does it rotate? Swift, efficient. No, it rotates every 4. It should in theory be fine, right? Let's test this. Oh, that works actually, because it lines up. There's only 4 enchants you can get on an unenchanted hoe. You can't unforge infinity. Not that I know of. No. I mean, like, if you just need it at the end, I mean, like, you're gonna have 3 rubies on it, right? Like, if you need cinder shards at the end, I mean, it's literally just, you know. Boom. And then you have everything back. It does work. All right. Okay, so I guess that's something to keep in mind, thought process wise. Check out. Maybe. All right, let's start from the top then. I think it's worth just for frog. True. I'll try it. Righty. Let me change the seed. Super quick. We don't get the same one. Practice with different RNG. Copy, paste. Uh, 4, 5, 6. Run? Yeah, we'll try it. I need to double check a few things then. Stardew predictor. Gotta make sure it actually changed. Change. Should be 4th enchant. It should be 4th enchant artful. Yeah, okay. Should be 4th enchant artful. The issue is you get them too late, because you would only get them after you already enchant all your tools, except for converting the hoe to archaeologist. Otherwise, you just have to play with an unartful hammer for literally the entirety of the danger and the deep monster eradication goals, which is bad in my opinion. Like you rather just reset at that point. I also have, like, I'm also using secret notes to tell me if my enchants are good early on, and we'll reset off of that. Like, if the notes tell me that I literally don't have an enchant or artful in the first like 5 enchants, I'm resetting. Like, I just don't have enough prizzies for that. Like 5 is like the deepest I can go, generally speaking. Well, actually, that one's a Word document. Because it's basically just based off your 2 secret notes. It's your first secret note number and whether or not that number is higher or lower in the order. Yeah, I have spreadsheets for everything. That said, we can boot up a live split again. I'm resetting from the top. Rejoice, the timer is back. I'm stupid. There was no reason for me to actually do anything on this day. Or, like, actually do what I just did. It doesn't matter. I'm just supposed to go here right away. I was supposed to do what I just did in that morning tomorrow. I'm low-key fine with the pig eating some stuff because he can just give me the truffles I need for the rest of the run. I wonder if there's a way that I can, like, try to get the statue of blessing right away. I guess I would have to spend an ungodly amount of money on stone for the fiber, though. We're in no rush on this day. Even if we arrive late, we're in no rush because I have to wait until noon anyways for Gus. I need to pick up an apricot. I did change the seed. We're not starting the run over. We're starting the run at Ginger Island, which is just the save state I have. We're practicing the Ginger Island split of the run, though, so. Making sure I got it down. I can account for all types of RNG and whatnot. So it does involve me doing this day quite a few times. Or these segments quite a few times. It's like the entirety of last week I spent with early game. Now basically most of this week I'm going to be spending with mid game, and then most of next week I'm going to be spending with late game. Just the 3 segments of the run that I generally do it in. Look for route changes, adjust, figure out what days I want to do things on, make things more concrete. We have a little bit of downtime on this day, but there's not much I can do about it. This is why I say I was in no rush in the morning. Just do everything I need to. I guess I would have had a little bit less time if I didn't do the thing that I did in the morning and saved it for today with removing all the machines, but it's fine. What I'm doing with these NPCs is I'm gaining permanent access to their rooms, by the way. So on the years that I actually start getting friendship with them, I don't have to wait until noon or whatever for them to open up. Is what's going on. Saves me several minutes. I know I'm missing shit. I'm always missing shit on this day, and I can never figure out what the hell I'm missing. I should be missing one more thing. I think it's supposed to be fiber. I just don't actually have fiber. Yeah, I'm supposed to have fiber, but I don't have fiber. That's the last thing I'm missing, because normally I would have staircases here. Okay. Oh, tree seeds. Thank you. That's the other thing. I guess I don't need to bring the fiber then. Fiber from Ginger Island. I still find it odd that this cutscene is not only unskippable, you can only see it one time on the entirety of the file. You'd think it would just be a part of the boat cutscene every time and you can just skip the entire thing if you don't want to see it. You put so much, I feel like you put so much effort into this and you only see it once. A giant ass pixel art portrait to only be seen once. Kind of funny if you ask me. Frog. Yeah. It is what it is. Ugh. I just wonder if these guys are worth killing. Nah, I'm not gonna bother waiting for that guy. Is it worth killing this early on? And it should be. As long as you're not like going out of your way for it. It's just gone. Zero, zero, zero. Still 0, 0, 0. Quite a few lava lurks in there. That's like crazy. Not even close, baby. How am I still at 0, 0, 0? One from enemies. 0, 1, 0. I'm getting like no cinder shorts though. That sucks. Those guys are not gonna aggro how I want them to aggro. One, 1, 0. 1, 2, 0. One, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Thank you. I've done the puzzle too many times. I'm normally not very good at the Simon Says type games. Also, give me a second. Hazel, there's no barking allowed. She's never in this. Yeah, I know. Right. being locked in here with me now. Okay. Oh, like I was talking, bringing you through. You just threw up on the balcony. What's with that? You haven't even eaten your breakfast, and you threw up. What's wrong with you? Is fine. It wasn't even like that much. It was like a little thing. Nothing new for you, baby girl, is it? I never hoe at this rate sometimes. Not bad. Funny because we had a conversation about this earlier, but I mean, it doesn't matter if I have record or not. Who cares? Like, there are sports players who are the best in the world, undisputed, and why are they still playing then if they're undisputed the best? That's the point, you know? Continue. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're already considered the best. Doesn't matter if you already have the world record. It's the same thought process. Just keep going. Keep going until you just don't feel like it anymore, and I still feel like it. Literally just pointing it out. It's like it doesn't matter. Improvement. Two, two, one. I'm not saying that they're not tedious, but the Stardew Valley as a game is just tedious. 2-2-2. End of the day. Two, three, two. Three, three, two. Four, three, two. 5, 3, 2. We don't have any more from rocks we need to get. Howdy. A diamond. Can those actually be, you know, useful totems? Hello. No dragon's tooth yet, kind of sucks. I'll have a penis. Dagger, I gotta see what it has on it. Slime Slayer. Ooh, that's a free dragon's tooth though. Uh, 5, 3, 3. You have time to react to it now that in 1.6 has the little decay or delay. You don't even need to like drop anything right away. You just need to like open up one inventory slot super quickly. So you can just like hover an item and then think about it. Ruby up north. What did I say? 533? Happy GMO. Floor's so bait. It makes you want to instantly leave the floor, but 5, 4, 3. You can already do that in the terms of a fairy, a frog, and a parrot. Five, 4, 4. Five, 5, 5. You still break barrels no matter what, by the way, just for the off chance of a, literally just for the pure off chance of you getting a, oh, there's a button on the floor that I just did not see. Off chance you get a extra island warp. It's a free dragon's tooth later. I feel like I've been low rolling cinder shards. Oh, that's a prismatic shard. Wrong type of shard, but okay. I reached that with that. I don't really want to walk over. And I got most of them. I feel like normally I'm supposed to do one more run here. Really not enough range. But I have enough cinder shards now, and I already have every single walnut. There's no point of walking. I mean, like, there is a point. I can get... I'll get more. I guess there is. I can get dwarf hammer. I can get dwarf hammer. I'm fine with pineapple seeds. I'm fine with cinder shards. I'm fine. Like, there's a bunch of things that I can get from here that I'm, like, happy with, right? That's, like, the one thing I would not be happy with. But you know what? Alright, that's just how RNG is. I just don't think I'm supposed to go one more run. Normally I feel like I generally do one more run because I'm gonna have one extra tent compared to normal. You cannot animation cancel on a controller as far as I'm aware. It's a PC only trick. It's not even available on consoles. Like, the function is removed. Okay, it should be 4th enchant artful, but I'm pretty sure I have to do like the 3 before it or some bullshit. Commands, let's do a hoe. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be swift into generous, and then I'll try to do... a killer. Six enchants. I just want to see if I can get it on the 4th. I'll just do 4 right here. Can. But it's like I feel like I'm just gonna have to do 6 enchants here no matter what anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know? Like, even if I'm able to do this in 3. Because now less of this gives me generous. Like, it's 6 enchants no matter what. We gotta do one more day then. It's fine. I can get a random enchant on my, like... Yeah. Well, I mean, since I have to do 6 no matter what, I just get the generous on the first 2 and then just do 4 more for hammer. No real dragon's teeth yet is a little surprising. Not like I haven't been killing these guys, but I technically have 1 dragon's tooth because of the totem, but how much I want to count that. He's pretty good. Like, sure, I haven't been killing every single one, but it's like, I don't have Burglar's Ring. I'm not going out of my way to attempt to kill that guy. Like, this guy, sure. Oh, there's the first dragon's tooth. Only 1. Unlucky. There's a chance I get a weapon here. Hot shower. Ready. All right. Bottom right. Top left. What? Okay, bottom right, top left is what I meant to say. Apparently, I just did not remember. My bad. I doubt it. I don't think it's really a bug. There's really not a benefit of putting it inside because you don't get any of the production bonuses other than rain. You're better off putting them next to mystic trees. We're at 2, by the way. Leftmost. Leftmost and bottom left. One more. But being able to work inside also really isn't like a huge issue, you know? Like, is it really problematic that mushroom stumps work inside? It's not even like strong. The thing that you can do. Specifically nerfing it literally only just hurts speedrunners, realistically. Why would he do a targeted nerf? I think it's necessarily counterintuitive. It just works indoors. A machine that just works indoors. I guess the more counterintuitive part would be the fact that the rain works, but it's like you can still feel a rainy day when inside. No, it's just one of those damp days. I think it's necessarily a bad thing. not like Stardew just makes sense in general, so it's like, what's the point of trying to make it quote-unquote realistic of like, oh, why do these work inside? No. Cares. Be Topaz. It should be too bad once you have two of them. Oopsies. One. Two. One. Two. I need a tilapia, I need a blue discus. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. Was I one late? Oh, it's just 19. Cool. I don't. Good morning, Ellie. Boom, boom. I've yawning like it's still morning, but it's like 1:30. What's new though? I'm always yawning. I don't know. So bad of me. I'm just readjusting, baby girl. I'm not getting up. Don't need to give me the side eye like that. How do I go to sleep? Well, recently I've been going to bed around 10, but that's just because Hazel wakes me up at 7 to go potty. That said, that's probably going to change again soon because my sister is getting back tonight. So it's the last day that I actually have to wake up at 7. I'll probably go back to bed around 12 again. And then wake up at like 8, 9. Instead of 7. But it doesn't matter. Like I get a healthy amount of sleep, but I'm just always yawning. It has probably a lot to do with just not getting good sleep and the fact that I don't use any caffeine whatsoever. It is overrated. It's not. I like sleep, but combination of a few things. And then also, once I start yawning and once I like am aware that I'm yawning, I just constantly yawn and there's no break to it. I can't imagine ever being on a phone call longer than fucking 20 minutes, V. Could not be me. I say that, but me and my friend group back when Skype was a thing had a Skype call for 7 days straight. We just wouldn't leave it and we would go to school, and then whoever got home first got to hear the other person get home. So it's like I am no stranger to long calls like that, but like an actual phone call, yeah, like not anything longer than 30 minutes a week. You just don't close it because no one wants to be the one to end the call, and it's funny to see how long it can go for. Definitely not full active, like. Yeah. Rip 1,000 gold. You're not behind. I'm the only person who can do this. You're literally just comparing yourself to literally the 0.001% of players. Obviously, stuck. Don't. Rounded. Okay. And it will even let you pick. I pick husband. Because they're technically your sibling in law. they're your sibling in law, so there's still a sibling in there. That's how that works. Yeah, so my brother is engaged to Yachty. Yachty would be my sister-in-law. That, technically speaking. Am I wrong about that? Not his? Yeah, but it's somebody's sibling. And it's a part of your family, so... I say it works. Do not marry your siblings, guys. Oh, I looked this up because I went to Thanksgiving at my aunt's place, and my aunt's son has a baby. What is that baby to me? Nephew? So my cousin's baby is it? That's my nephew, or I get Cousin. Just another cousin. Your second cousin. Okay. So she's my second cousin. Cousin once removed, second cousin. Got this day done faster than normal. Yeah, she's funny. She was curious, but not too curious. She didn't want to approach me, but she was smiling and waving at me. I was intimidating, apparently. Because I'm a very intimidating person. We're the youngest of our cousins, mainly because both my mother and my father were the youngest of their family. By like several years. Like me, my brother, and my sister are all 3 years apart, but I'm pretty sure my dad was 10 years younger than his older brother. And I think the difference between my mother and the oldest sister was around 10 to 15 years as well. Remember, disliked by women more at Breaking News 10. True. But I mean, like, we're the youngest of the... Oh wow, I'm really bad at this right now. We're the youngest of the cousins. But now the oldest of the cousins are having children. Like, I actually have to forfeit that because I missed so many. So yeah. Because it's so weird because, I remember when, like, the first of the next generation of babies basically after us were born. And I remember them being born, and now they can drive. Like, the oldest child can drive. Like... Okay. That's concerning. A 2000s baby driving. And not even just like a 2001 baby, like a 2006 baby. 2007. I guess not. That's not true. It's only been 10 years. We're 2025 right now. And if they're 16... No. Yeah, no. They would be born in 2010. 2008. Yeah, so I guess they would be 2008, like 10, 2008. I don't know what year she was born. I know. Concerning. They grow up. It's weird. I like half the time don't even consider myself an adult, and then these people are babies to me, are adults. I mean, our family friend had a baby recently, and yeah, she's my brother's age, so she's 28. I guess that's reasonable. That's responsible age. I don't know when it becomes where's the line between reasonable and unreasonable? And it's like she's also she wants to be a stay-at-home mom. She's always wanted to be a mom, right? Like that's what she wanted to do. She found a very stable husband, married him. They were dating since start of college, hell, even before college, so high school. Dated for basically 8 years. Married, child. She got pregnant on the honeymoon. Let's put it that way. I haven't actually seen the baby yet. I haven't been home since she was born. That's too early. Well, I mean, I feel like there's an unreasonable line for, you know, like anything but before, like, honestly, like 23 is a little weird in my opinion, but maybe I'm wrong. How old is the baby now? I mean, it's not even, probably half a year. 6 months? Their baby? I'm blanking on her name, too. What is her name? It's a name that I should know. Ah, that's a little creepy. I don't like that. Why do you need to look at the baby? The baby alone. I mean, like, she's... I think my mom and dad were around like 30 to 32 when they started having kids. So it's like I kind of always associated kids to like people like late 20s, early 30s is when I feel like most people start. Obviously, like, you have kids when you want to have kids. It's like you're coming from a male who is iffy on even wanting kids in the first place, and, you know, plays video games for a living. Like, very just opening the lid, seeing what's inside, thinking, okay, cool. good for you. Have fun. Not my problem. I don't hate babies. But, you know, I can't even take care of myself half the time. That, yeah. I mean, you gotta put a blanket in your car for Arizona, otherwise if you touch any metal, you fucking burn your hand off. So it goes both ways. Yeah, everybody's different. Some people like babies, some people don't. I feel like when if a parent says you are an accident, it's more like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I was very sheltered and privileged growing up, so I can't like fully comment on stuff like this. But it's like, I feel like there's a difference between something like that where it's like, oh, maybe there was alcohol in the process of your birth, but it doesn't mean like they didn't mind having a child. It just is what it is. Where in V's situation, where they're calling everybody accidents, I feel like they didn't actually like fully intend of it happening. I feel like there's a difference between those two types of situations. And maybe I should just, you know, shut up, but I do feel like there's a difference between that. Proud to say I'm an accident. I need to pair these and actually land them without being an idiot. I was the spite child of my mother. I don't even want to know what that means. What is a spite child? I say that and I don't even want to know. It's some jealousy type thing. That's all I know. Okay, no, I mean, like, it makes sense. If you talk about a subject like this, when you have, I don't know, I'm assuming there's around 200 of you here. Like, somebody is going to be able to say a crazy story about how they were born. There's 200 people, 200 different births. They have 200 different family types, family dynamics. Somebody's gonna have something that is Russian roulette-like. It's just how the odds are. You got big families, small families, happy accidents, people who have divorced parents, people who don't, people who have young parents, people who have old parents. It's like the birthday paradox, you know? It's just because of the sheer number of people. I don't know. I feel like these conversations are actually quite funny and fun to do. Because it teeters the line of, should I say it or should I not? For the most part, I don't. Over. That's just a mood. He's stretching on my pillows, though. The reason I like stopped and looked over at her is because, oh. Are you stretching? Foot.
I can't reach very well with my.
Hey, she was stretching, or like she rolled over to get. No, we're love. Just lay down. The baby girl cam back. I need to get a wireless camera just to make it easier. Yeah, I'm not waiting for the grubs this one. It's too slow. And I was like, for this particular, or for like any family conversation, I always have to like take a step back because I'm realistically, I'm fortunately, unfortunately, or fortunately, unfortunately in what I feel like is the minority these days of I had a stable income household with 2 parents and 3 children who none of them were accidents. Like the American dream lifestyle family. So it's just like that, you know, if I severely doubt that the 3 kids who are all born specifically 2 years apart were accidents. So it's like, what, like, I don't understand what it is to be like to be in a divorced household, you know? Like where one parent just isn't there for you or whatever. And it's like, not like, obviously some people don't want to be like pitied for that, but it's like, it's a different it's a different perspective on life. And I also understand that I had a very fortunate upbringing, so it's just like, okay. But when I hear these stories, it's just like, I fortunately, unfortunately can't relate. Like, fortunately, I can't relate because it sounds awful. But I can't really help you, because I don't know. I don't know, we've seen that shotgun a beer like a pro. So my mother's families are what we would call alcoholics. And I'm pretty sure the first time my dad met my mother's family, it was at some holiday party and they were drinking. And, you know, new boyfriend. How much can he drink? And he left that party by waving them goodbye underneath the glass coffee table. And they said he'll fit right in. Guess what? He fits right in. That said, my dad's not nearly as bad as them. but he's definitely where my sister gets her alcoholic gene from. Good first impression. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. Obviously. Obviously, it was fine, but I mean, like, they didn't like my my mother's previous boyfriends, so he was a drastic upgrade, apparently. But to clarify, people don't come to Habu for life advice. I wouldn't say I'm not terrible at giving life advice in certain regards. But yeah, if it has anything to do with the real world, it's probably not good. Wow, you don't say. Yeah, I mean, I'm an anomaly in my family. I'm the only person in my family who doesn't drink. But honestly, that just comes from the fact that I've never been a partier. And on top of that, I've just gamed my entire life, and why do I need drugs to game? We need that Adderall to help boost performance. Let's go. Video games, yeah, video games are a drug. I wrote a paper in college saying video games are my drug because I am literally addicted to them. I would still consider myself addicted to them in different ways, but it's like anything can be a drug. It's just they come in different forms. Like I say, like, by the way, when I say my family are alcoholics, like, I'm kinda, what's the word, exacerbating it. Like, they're not bad. Like, I say they're alcoholics because they drink significantly more than me, but I obviously drink nothing. And it's like, the only time I see them are at family parties. And you know, you're gonna drink at a family party, right? Exaggerating. You know. I mean, I'd rather be addicted to video games than being addicted to drugs. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with consuming alcohol. Baby girl, because you distracted me and paused my timer, I saved some time because I didn't restart the timer. Then I continued while yapping. Man, free time save. If you get the baby girl to distract me more. Oh, I'm not even Sebastian. I don't smoke. I have had alcohol before, but I have never smoked anything before. No cigarettes, no vape, no weed, no nothing. Never smoked. What's the timer for? We have a it's an emotional support timer. I was about to say the other way how we put the timer, but I felt like since they were a first time chatter, I shouldn't say the F word. Fuck? No, fetish. If she ain't a clock, I don't want her. Can we quote that? it's such a good one. There's no king shaming, but it's so I thought of that in my head. I'm like, that's just so funny. It'll make me relearn how to add quotes. Been so long. But it's an emotional support timer. It's kind of just there to be there for cosmetic because we are practicing for speedrunning, but it's really not needed. But anyways, because I'm practicing for perfection speedruns, you know, it's just normal to have a timer. So thus, there's a timer. Though it doesn't really mean anything right now because I am segment practicing, so I started this file on Ginger Island. So obviously I haven't done everything. I haven't gotten to this point in an hour and a half. Xenox, thank for the 23 months.
Robert, if she ain't a clock. I don't want her, Robert.
True. Absolute lore leak from the Haboo. Showing off my preferences. Oh no. Crazy. That one's also good. I don't know what you mean by 3 holes. Horrible. It's great. Yeah, I wouldn't even. I shouldn't go down this rabbit hole. I'm just gonna retract going down that rabbit hole. Do it, Punk V. No, it's not good. It's not a good hole to go down. We don't need that type of comment. But I'm gonna share it because Twitch chat needs to see this. I got donated $1 on Twitch by Lamau David. She's a clock on my time until night PB. You clock on my time until night PB. That is... I know what you're trying to get at there, and I don't like it. The K-hole? No. I was gonna have you do what you asked me about husband a few days ago. But, like, not just that, because that part's obvious, but, like, you know, preference. And that's why I said I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Those things don't need to be shared. Obvious? Explain. No, I'm good. I've said too much now. Tyler disagrees with my assessment. Apparently my assessment was also wrong, but I also don't want to know the true answer. Because I don't need to know that. It's fine to leave it as a joke. Be thankful that your mind's not always in the gutter. I'm not saying your mind's in the gutter, V. I'm saying that you've have a lot of experience. So your mind is always in the gutter. You know, you called yourself that first. Oh, we've been very on topic today. We've been very much on topic today. Does this count as workplace harassment? V doesn't have a job anymore, so... It's probably just a bad luck day and I just didn't bother checking because it's fine. Homemaker is a legitimate job. Like, didn't this entire conversation literally start with me talking about one of our family friends literally, like, getting married, having a child during her honeymoon, and is literally, like, her dream was to be basically a full-time mom, and that's what she's doing now. Like, yeah, it's a fine job. perfectly normal. It's understandable. Okay, our chat is not big enough to legitimately pay somebody a livable wage to be a moderator for. That said, with the amount of hours I stream, it would only be a part-time job. Part-time mod. The untilled parts are literally just spots that I just misplant. They don't really matter. I don't need every single spot covered in ancient fruit. If I missed one, I just missed one during the harvest. Yeah, if I gave V a job, it would be my manager, but I don't need her yelling at me more so than she already does. You would be on a schedule. I would be more whipped than Tyler. V, I guarantee if I was actually paying you to be my manager, you would do a fantastic job and would be able to peer pressure me into doing things. That's the difference. I can bully you to play one more game on League on a time frame that we should not be playing one more game because I'm a bad influence. But you could actually probably get me to do shit. Just one more game though. You don't have a job anymore, right? Just one more game. Not like you sleep anymore. To be fair, even if Tyler was on this week, I wouldn't have been on. Like, I only would have been on, like, the Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. Not like that matters. Accidentally, Habu, I finished my summer 3rd perfection run. Oh, is that with waivers? Incidentally. Those are different words. The incident. Oh, incidentally, Habu, I finished my summer. Okay, yeah. See, I'm stupid, alright? I just read words wrong. Yeah, waivers. That makes sense. What do you do for money? Fish ponds? Fish pond bowling, dynamic seating. Yeah. That would make sense. 50 million in literally a month, and that's pretty damn good. That's not bad. To be fair, there's really not a lot of moderation that has to be done during or in Twitch chat, because you guys kind of just self-moderate yourselves. If somebody's out of line, you kind of just yell at each other. Probably isn't the best thing, but it is a thing. They get threatened. They get threatened by you or the regulars. I have a mall to run. I'm not scared of you, Twitch chat. Get 'em. Oh, I'm stupid. What's new? V is here to correct me in case if I go off the rails and say something that's my social ability skills indicate is fine to say, but really isn't. I don't know what I was saying there. I was trying to say something to segue into funny topic of what is your favorite question to ask somebody? Barely we have some really funny questions. Whether it's to just get a reaction for no reason or shock somebody with a question. Your mother's maiden name. Everybody's favorite type of cheese. Yeah, this is an on-the-spot question. You do... V, what's my mother's maiden name? Not that much of an ass. I should send your parents a Christmas gift. V, you already are if you're making the cupcakes. Oh, big stretch. Oh, I mean, I basically asked them what flavors they wanted, which is why it took me so long to reply. 'Cause I was trying to figure out what they wanted more than what I wanted because I wasn't going to be there long enough. Yeah, that like we definitely the Oreo ones. And then like looking at the rest of the list, like they're kind of basic like me. It kind of runs in the family. So that's why it's just like the last two that you did were fine. Oh, we got a random ancient seed, Omega Law. That's why I basically just said do the same thing. 'Cause my dad doesn't need anything peanut butter related for his health. My mom doesn't really care for peanut butter. She likes chocolate stuff, but not like weird kinds of chocolate, if that makes sense. Or different kinds of chocolate. I say weird, but it's more different kinds of chocolate. So it's just like the Oreo ones and the lemon ones are great. Oreo, lemon, strawberry. Hi. What time is it? Is it almost time for your walk? Is that why you're kind of getting antsy? Don't you whine at me. If my dad would eat the dark chocolate, but my mother definitely would not. That's why it's just a safer bet to just go with what was made last time. And it's like, I even asked my sister, like, her thoughts on it, and she's like, yeah, just get the same. The milk chocolate, yeah. Like, I asked Brittany's opinion on it, and she said, yeah. Okay, they don't need that many cupcakes. And I would struggle to get it on an airplane. You can share at Christmas. Our household has no self-control when it comes to sweets. If you gave us a few boxes, they would be gone before the holidays. What, thank you for the 36 months, thank you for the 3 years. Hope your day is going well. Like, we don't have self-restraint. This is the reason why we almost never get candy in this household, because I don't have self-restraint. I'm pretty sure I already visited that. Because every time I would pass the counter that would have candy or something on it, I would take a piece. And another piece. And then another. And then I would end up getting up more. Just going through the kitchen, going like, do I want something? Nah. And then take a piece of candy and leave. And then it happens over and over and over again. At least if you move for it, it's fine. I don't think me moving 5 feet from my desk to the kitchen is good enough excuse. Also, Hazel is gonna start whining at me, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, right, my baby. Is it your walkie time, huh? Is it your walkie time? Or do you just want the balcony? You want the balcony? Do you want the balcony? Aw, is that what you want? Yeah, I know you're locked in here. to see my. I open the. Hey. We're up again. Okay, she just wants a walk instead. I was trying to tempt her with balcony so I could eat before I go on a walk, but no, she didn't wanna. Hi, my princess. Hi. Oh, you're going to go under the desk so you can't be seen on stream. Oh, no, you're gonna say hi. Hi! How are you? You haven't eaten your breakfast yet, you know that? I don't need the pause to be there. Okay. Okay, don't kiss the face. You threw up earlier, and you haven't had a bath recently, so your teeth have not been cleaned. I should probably have given you one of those teeth cleaners. I don't know where they are, though. Anyways. Okay. I'm gonna peace. I'll be out tomorrow. We'll continue where we left off, and hopefully do a little bit of more monster testing. But yeah, on that, I'm gonna peace. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys during the stream. I do hope you guys have a great rest of your evening or rest of your day. Let her kiss the face. No, she eats poo. I'd rather not. Anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there and just take care. Later. Peace.